Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Hi, good, good. How are you going?
I'm well. I have had a good week. In WA, we have got a rent relief grant, which is paying off tenants' arrears. So
Mm,
that's pretty exciting. We're getting a lot of the arrears paid off from tenants that struggled over Christmas time and school holidays. So that's that's been a nice relief for everyone. So that's what's been going on in our little property management world over in WA.
yeah, that's amazing. What's the process with getting that paid? Is it quite tedious or it's straightforward?
It's pretty simple. So I pretended that I was a tenant in arrears so I could experience the time frame and all of that. And so far, so good. So it very much is just an expressions of interest that the tenant makes, which is just your name and your email. It
Yeah,
sends you out information in about 10 days. Asks you for some extra information just to make sure that you are in arrears. They want to make sure that the rent is exceeding 30% of your income because technically you probably shouldn't be struggling if it's less than that. And then you have to just then they send me a letter. The letter just says what's your trust account details, confirming the tenants and the address. And then you, as a property manager, you do have to sort of agree. Don't know
yeah,
how it would hold up in court though, but you do have to sign and agree that when the arrears have been paid, that you avoid the termination and that eviction
yes.
process for that tenancy, because that's the purpose of the grant, is to keep people in homes. So that's great, and then they literally transfer the money into the trust account within about 5 days. It's actually as
Okay.
simple as that. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, that's good. There's a couple of help organizations over here which I've kind of always utilized because we're in a pretty low socioeconomic area in Logan. But the problem is that it's incredibly frustrating. Even though these are charitable organizations funded by the government, the process can take 30 or 40 days.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, like literally, we had one. It took about 35 days. And at that point, they were 40 days in arrears. And then we were just on the brink of if we don't get this paid in the next day, we have to go to court because of the time frame. So, yeah, that's my only feedback with some of those schemes is they're so, it's great and it's helpful and it helps avoid evictions. But yeah, they need to expedite it because there's certain timeframes that we as property managers have to adhere to, and it's a long time for the owners to go without it. So it's good to hear that it's fast though over there.
Very, very fast. I've been very, very happy with it. Yeah.
Lovely. So, as we talked about last week, we were going to get some questions through and answer some questions from our listeners and investors out there in Australia. So I will read you my first question.
Oh, and I don't even know what these questions are, so I'm excited. Put me on the
I know. I'll put you on the spot. Okay. This is from Charles in Barumba in Queensland. Hey, Jackie and Ash. Loving the content each week. I'm learning a lot about the inside of investing and leveling up my mindset, which feels awesome. So that's great. I'm looking to buy my first investment property soon. What first steps do you recommend to get started? Should I consider buying interstate or in Brisbane because I'm local? And should I hire a buyer's agent? Backstory: 34-year-old in a couple, no kids, wanting to achieve wealth. Thanks a lot. Look forward to your thoughts. So,
Okay. Would you like to? What are your thoughts? Would you want me to answer first?
yeah, you go first.
Okay, all right. So first of all, I think we're definitely in a market where there's so much self-education, but I want to separate people's when you join, I think you should join Facebook groups because I think it's really great to do. I've also got a private WhatsApp group for people that are buying in Perth if anyone wants to join that as well. The advice, though, when you read it, watch it, or listen to it online, it's really important to make sure that you're getting professional advice versus
Mm,
personal advice, because you are going to find the process very confusing when everyone wants to give a personal opinion about certain suburbs. So first steps, I think, would be to get your pre-approval and find out actually how much you can spend.
yeah.
That's a the biggest factor of it all. So once you've got that, then you can write down, you know, what are my requirements? Like, what do I really want? Do I want a house? Do I want a unit? Do I want 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms? Quite often, I think, though, with price budgets and pre-approval, you're going to probably be quite restricted with what you can get anyway. So I would always recommend for a first investment in a portfolio to get a home with opportunity. So for me, that's my personal style, but I will disclaim that everyone has a personal opinion on that. I just think properties with potential, whether it's you know, a paint or a garden that needs to be tidied up, or a room could be converted, or a little reno that's needed, something like that is always good to see. So that's what I would be sort of looking at as a first one. So pre-approval, getting your requirements, your prerequisites set. I would do all of that and join some groups before actually deciding whether I was going to go interstate or not, because once you've got those details, that's probably going to really confine you into what you can get. And then maybe start looking at, okay, well, with that much money, what could I buy in WA? What could I buy in Queensland? What could I buy in Canberra? And then look at it as a whole. That would be my first steps.
Yeah, 100%. And just to tally onto that, it would be just setting the goal. It's like, is your goal to get passive income? Is it to eventually retire? How quickly do you want to do that? And then that will kind of lead you into those questions as well. Because if you're wanting to build, you know, say $200,000 in positive cash flow and you want to do it under 10 years, you might want to partner with a buyer's agent who's going to have more strategies in place and help guide you. If you're a little bit more, you know, conservative and you're just happy, you're just kind of wanting to get into the market and learn more about it, potentially, the free education online, the Facebook groups, the YouTube channels, so many amazing like podcasts as well that they can listen to. And as they go through, they're obviously leveling up their mindset more, and then they'll be able to, you know, make an educated decision. But setting that initial goal of where they want to be in 10 years or 15 years and what they're going to be happy with will kind of help you get clearer on what you're aiming for. And then it'll help you get clearer on which resources or people you want to align with to help mentor you through the journey as well.
Yeah, and should we touch on sort of buyer's agents and, you know, why you would use them and when you maybe don't? So I like work with a lot of buyer's agents, most of them really good, a couple of, you know, probably a bit relaxed, but most of them I find are excellent. I changed my mindset when it came to buyer's agents when a client a couple of years ago said something to me. And I couldn't understand why someone would have a buyer's agent, buyer's agent, until this guy said to me, Ash, if I don't buy something within this month, then the property prices are going to grow and grow and grow. So I would rather pay, you know, X amount for a buyer's agent to find me something this month. Otherwise, that property price is going to be another 20 or 30 or 40,000 in the coming months if I take too long doing it myself. And I thought to myself, that is so true. Like, that is a very good point. So buyer's agents, I think, are excellent if you are on time constraints. So maybe your pre-approval is only for a certain amount of time. Maybe you are looking to move jobs, so you need to get it done while you can get all the paperwork sorted. You know, maybe you've got a wife that's about to go on maternity leave. You know, there's reasons why pre-approval can be time sensitive. So times like that, you might find the process quicker with paying a buyer's agent to do that, which I totally get. I would also say, though, if you actually enjoy the process, like a lot of investors just love the process of buying and dealing and putting offers in and really being involved. If you are someone that really like loves it and has an interest, do it yourself and just engage a really helpful property manager who can actually be your support on the ground. So I personally in WA and I'm connected with a lot around Australia as well, where I can put you in touch with really good property managers who will do your pre-purchase inspections for you and can really be a very, very good support, but then allow you to do what you love by putting in the offer, finding them online, all of that, but then let us
Yeah.
be your support with the physical on the ground stuff that you can't do. So it depends on which category you fall into. Like, what are your thoughts on buyer's agents?
Yeah, I definitely think, there, like you said, there's some really excellent ones, and then there's, ones that are a little bit more relaxed. I would definitely, if you're in your early stages, look to align with a buyer's agent who's going to lay out your whole strategy for you, and so that you can make a plan in place as well. Because if a buyer's agent, that's, I think, a key point of why I would use I haven't yet used a buyer's agent personally because I enjoy it so much myself, but that would be almost worth their whole fee to have that strategy and have that plan of, hey, this is where you're currently at. If we do A, B, C, and D over these next couple of years, this is where you'll be at. So I would use a buyer's agent for strategy. We also go into a lot of information about, using your property manager in the course for pre-purchase inspections. So definitely that can be a low-cost way to get your mind around doing that if you want to go that route. And if you have the time to dedicate towards doing the research and building those relationships, that can be valuable. So if you're focused on wanting to master investing and learn more about it, then definitely I'd consider doing some low cost course and partnering with local property managers. And if you're wanting to be a little bit more hands off and want the buyer's agent to take the reins, then there's definitely quite a few out there that you can strategize with and help you get to your goal.
Yeah, amazing. Well, that hopefully is helpful for those that are starting up their portfolio, to give you a little bit of insight. As Jackie mentioned, the empoweredinvestor.co is a great place to go visit. There's a downloadable resource there as well if you want some details of people around Australia that can help build your sort of power team. And then there's a course available as well, which is a low-cost. It's the only low-cost course. It's the only one in Australia that's been created by property managers, Jackie and myself, and that will definitely give you that a bit more confidence in that buying process and really understand what it means to be a landlord, so that you can have a sustainable investment journey. Jackie, I'll see you next week. For those that want to head over to that course or have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
All right. Have a good week. See ya.